quick tutorial, I like to talk about animated texture. This is a cheaper way compared to a video texture. For example, if I move in, you can see this texture is being moved up and down. This is called pan. You can also pan horizontally. You can even rotate the image 45 degrees. You can make it pan. Okay, so this is much cheaper than a video file. I will show you how this can be done through the material. So first, select the box. You see the shader right here. Double click. This is the shader looks like. Okay, so I will explain this one by one. First, it has a really standard shader network. Base color, emissive color is all linked to a texture. Right? But this texture has these special nodes called panner. The panner is allow you to animate the image. So for example, it has three parameters: speed x, speed y, and coordinates. Right? So to do the panner, you can just right click, type panner. You can see this node right here, right? And then you can link them. You don't have to do an add. Add basically is just a way if you want to shift the initial position. You can shift 0.5. So basically based on the center point, you shift halfway. But you don't have to do this. And also connect to the panner, I have a constant rotator. Again, this is optional. You don't really have to do. The custom rotator, if you just type custom rotator, you can find it. Right? It gives you these options. So first, you need to have a typical UV. Right? So if I'm holding U and type, left type, and left click, you can create the coordinates, you can link. Rotating center is 0.5, 0.5. So this is the pivot point, the center point. To do this, you can just holding 2, left click. Right, so 2 means 2 parameters. What we call the 2 vectors sometime. So this will be half and half, center point. Then the angle. The angle value between 0 and 1. So 1 means 360 degree. Right. So if I holding 1, click, I create 1 vector. If I want to rotate, for example, 45 degrees, so this will be 1/8, right, of a circle. Then I can link it to this panner. Then the panner goes to the UV. Okay, so let's save. You can actually see the result already here. Right, so this is how the box will look like if you give 45 degrees. You can also give 90 degrees, so that will be 0.25. So this will be vertical. In my case, I think since my original UV is correct, I don't have to do anything here. Just keep as a 0. That should be fine. Right? But in some case, if you want to rotate the image or make horizontal to vertical, you can adding these values for the rotating angle. Okay, so once you do that, save it, and then you go back to the main. You can see the change. In some case, I don't know why it's getting so small. 0.5, 0.5 UV. Oh, I see. So the UV tiling, I think the original UV I had before is pretty small. So in this case, you can change the UV tiling to make it smaller, which will make the image larger actually. You have to type this value and try until you find the right scale. Then you see the result immediately. Okay. And also if I want to rotate, I don't know, 45 degree. And also in the speed, maybe I want to give speed x, I don't know, 1. Speed y, I can give negative, I don't know, 0.3. So you can play with these values until you get something you like. You save it. So you can change the speed, you can change the orientation. you see the final result. Okay, yeah, so this is how you can create an animated texture. I will probably just change everything back to normal. So 0. Speed, I don't want to be too fast. So 0 here, 0.1 on the other side. Yeah, I think this is better. Okay, so you have this. So if you do want to squeeze this a little bit shorter, right, you have to go back here and play with the UV values. I don't know, maybe this should be a little bit larger. If I go back to my original one, I use 3 and 5 instead of 5 and 3. So 3, 5. Yeah, the proportion of the original image. Right, that looks much better. Okay, so I think that's it. How to create this animated texture in Unreal using the pen and using the custom rotator.